or a bathroom or kitchen plumbing upgrade. Whatever. Just call Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing. 467-1111. Keep that number handy, 467-1111. Or go to BryantLincoln.com. Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing. We do whatever it takes.
If you want to make new floor shopping easier, come to O Street Carpet. Hi, I'm Steve Carper. Our flooring professionals can help you choose the best flooring for you, your family, and your budget. We eliminate the confusion. Even better, you'll be enjoying your new flooring much sooner. No 6 or 8 week waits. We'll install right away and save you money on installation. Floor shopping made easy every day at O Street Carpet.
O Street Carpet.
1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals just like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
Hey guys, it's your girl Jordan from Sartor Heyman Jewelers. Gentlemen, it's time to elevate your style with something from our men's jewelry and watch collection. Why not treat yourself to the ultimate in luxury? We've got an incredible selection of pre-owned Rolex watches, even those hard-to-find models you've been dreaming of. Whether you're stepping up your game day look or adding a touch of class to everyday wear, our top-tier collection is sure to impress. Stop by Sartor Heyman and discover the perfect piece to reflect your unique style. Until next time, happy shopping, guys.
NEPCO is hiring CDL drivers for ready-mixed concrete, Husker Concrete, and Beatrice Concrete. NEPCO offers great pay, medical and retirement benefits, paid time off, and they pay for CDL training. Apply today and start your new career with a $2,500 hiring bonus. From NEPCO's beginning in 1908, it's the employees that have formed the company's solid foundation. Start your career today. Visit nebcoinc.com. That's NEBCOINC.com. General Fire and Safety has been keeping Lincoln businesses and commercial structures safe for more than 50 years. From a simple fire extinguisher to full fire suppression systems, Lincoln has trusted General Fire and Safety to provide top-of-the-line products, installation, and maintenance. If you're starting a new business in a brand new building, call on General Fire and Safety to help you plan a fire safety system that fits the specific needs of your business, employees, and customers. Call General Fire and Safety today at 402-261-0116.
Midwest Bank is proud to be your local community bank right here in Lincoln. This is Travis with Midwest Bank, now with 2 branches conveniently serving Lincoln and 8 other locations across Nebraska. We're here to help you with any of your needs. From opening a checking account to buying a home or financing your business, our staff is here for you. Stop in and you might see Shin Daddy himself. Your community, your bank, Midwest Bank. Learn more at midwest.bank, member FDIC.
Ryan, with all this red and all these people around, I'm still not seeing the tailgate.
Todd Spidell, former body shop owner, terrible driver.
We're getting close. Now, did you know with 3 locations in Lincoln and hundreds of years of combined technician experience, we can get Husker fans back on the road even quicker and safer after their tailgate mishaps? Oh, Todd, turn left right here.
Left or right?
Left, right here.
Right?
Well, you wait for the tow truck. I'm getting a hot dog.
Well, I guess while I'm waiting. All right! Most recommended! Eustace Body Shop! Woohoo!
Dude, you should be on American Idol.
You really think so?
No.
Accidents happen, even to Husker fans. If it happens to you, call Eustace Body Shop, where our customers send their friends.
The most recommended Eustace Body Shop. That's who we are.
Get rid of pesky critters once and for all with Bats to Rats. Their expert team is here to help you reclaim your home. No more sleepless nights caused by crawling critters or flapping wings. Bats to Rats ensures a safe environment for every family member. Check the website at batstoRats.com for amazing offers. And if you mention this ad, you'll receive $10 off your initial inspection cost. Call Bats to Rats today at 402-781-8691. That's 402-781-8691. Bats to Rats.
Attention students and anyone else looking for a great deal. Sun Valley Lanes and Games has the ultimate weeknight special. For just $15.95, enjoy unlimited bowling, lucky putt mini golf, and laser tag. Flash your college ID at check-in to receive $2 off your admission. It's the perfect way to unwind Sunday through Thursday nights. Check out sunvalleylanes.com for hours and availability. Sun Valley Lanes and Games, located at 321 Victory Lane.
Lincoln's best place to meet, eat, and compete. Sun Valley.
Explain to me again why we're sleeping on the ground.
Because we're thramping, thrift camping. It's saving us money and getting us closer to nature.
But we don't need to thramp. I just combined our home and auto insurance with our State Farm agent, so we have a rate that fits our budget.
All right. Do you think our agent can bring us an air mattress?
Call your local State Farm agent, Vinny Krekak, at 402-474-1173.
Individual premiums and budgets will vary by customer. All applicants subject to State Farm underwriting requirements.
An hour ago, you didn't need a plumber. Now you're in a panic. When life throws you a surprise with a clogged drain, plugged or leaky toilet, broken pipe, leaky faucet or water heater, or a bathroom or kitchen plumbing upgrade, whatever. Just call Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing, 467-1111. Keep that number handy, 467-1111. Or go to BryantLincoln.com. Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing. We do whatever it takes.
Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. This is the Don't Punt Hour with former Nebraska receiver.
Throwing over the middle, completes the pass. He's got speed to the end zone. Touchdown! 45 yards.
And return specialist.
This time he beats the kicker in one more.
Demorne Pierson-El.
Not only does the sideline have confidence in Pierson-El, but Pierson-El has confidence in Pierson-El.
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome in to the Dump Punt Hour. Harrison Arns on the ones and twos. As always, we got the host, Demorne Pierson-El, streaming in. You guys can join in on the Sartor Heyman text line, 402-464-5685. We do got NFL on the brick and mortar, though, so use the streams or the ticket app. Facebook, YouTube, X, Allo, Channel 961. Today is Thursday, so of course that means we're going to do a deep dive on some Husker football and really try to figure out what do their odds look like against USC. What do they need to do to win the game and finally be bowl eligible since 2016 and have an opportunity to win a bowl game since 2015. It would have been sweet to get it against UCLA because that was ironically our last bowl win was UCLA. But of course, we saw that one. We pissed the bed at home to say the very least. It was not a great showing. But you look at the odds here, and the line is moving in a favorable direction towards Nebraska. I think when we started talking about it, it was anywhere between 8.5 to 9.5. Now I'm seeing it more and more at 7.5. Good morning, Pierson-El. Before we dive into the X's and O's, how are we feeling about this game versus USC?
I'm feeling pretty good, but it's an important game, not only just for, the bowl eligible stuff. Oh.
Yeah, I can hear you.
I'm like, it went out on my end. I was like, hold up. I was like, wait a minute. But not only for, the bowl eligible stuff, but I think moving in a different direction for the future to come. If you go out and accomplish this on a 2-week span, changing coordinators and everything like that, you can slap that on your resume. That's a recruiting tip to bring kids here and, to even help you successfully, get past barriers and continue moving forward with things. So this is not only just, bowl game on the line. This is, it's crazy what has happened in these past 2 weeks. You come out on top of that in that type of situation, that's a good bargaining chip that you can carry around the whole university, these coaches going places and whatnot to get kids here.
Absolutely. And before I'd be remiss if we talk about it before, or if we don't talk about it before kickoff. We do got Eagles and Commanders. Like I said, NFL on the brick and mortar. I meant to bring that up first before we actually get to kickoff, but 7:15. We're a little more than about 7 minutes away here. Commanders on the road at the Eagles, 7-3 Commanders. Should be 6-4, but hey, you know what? Hats off to them. Philadelphia Eagles 7-2. Eagles looking better and better as the weeks go by. Saquon Barkley certainly looking like one of the best running backs with Derrick Henry in the mix as well. What do you like in this one? Commanders on the road facing the Eagles Thursday night football.
I got Commanders. I feel like everybody's gonna pick the Eagles. I got Commanders. I think they've acquired some pieces. I don't know if Marshawn is playing tonight or not, but I mean you got him at corner. It's lockdown corner. Dan Quinn's defense shows up, so I think their defense versus the Eagles is a good challenge. Other than the corner and whatnot. I think Daniels did what he did. He's gone against a lot of good quarterbacks in this league already and whatnot. And I'm taking the underdog tonight. I'm going with Commanders.
Terrible pick. Commanders have no shot. Jaden Daniels is one of the most overrated. No, he's a phenomenal quarterback.
Playing better than your guy.
Yeah, well, you know what? A rock could be playing better at this point. I mean,
the guy got benched.
No, where did that come from? By the way, you scared the hell out of me with that news yesterday. He is not indeed benched. He has been stated will remain the starting quarterback. Spent like an hour searching to find some news about Caleb Williams getting benched. He's not being benched. So
he's
put
not.
that on the side.
I just wanted to irritate you a little bit. You took jabs at me the last couple weeks, so you're welcome.
Yeah, I've been a little bitter, and I attribute that to, and I've been telling this through a few shows now, but I mean, I'm literally living the same gut punching season 2 times over every weekend.
Twilight Zone, baby.
Oh, it truly is the Twilight Zone. But we're not here to complain about my fandom problems and the teams I root for continually find ways to break my heart. But I do have the Eagles. I would not be surprised if the Commanders win. Jaden Daniels, that defense, that team's legit. From offense to defense, I mean, that is. But heading into that Bears game, I'm not sure if the record still stands, but I wouldn't be surprised. They certainly moved down after that Bears game, but I mean, they punted the least out of anybody in the NFL. Heading into that one, they had a bad offensive showing versus the Bears, but they turned it around. And like I said, I got Eagles mainly because they're at home. If this is in DC, the Commanders at home, I'm probably going with Washington. Man, that's a team that year by year, they're going to be one of the scarier ones out there in that division. So Commanders, Eagles, again, you'll have that on the brick and mortar right here at 93.7 The Ticket, or you can listen to the Don't Punt Hour with me, Good Morning Pierson-El, on all the streams. All right, back to college football. We talked about it, kind of the insights of it. What's harder? USC having to figure out Nebraska's offense with the new quarterback and what the game plan, or excuse me, what their defense should look like. Yep, new coordinator. And them trying to insert a quarterback with only 11 snaps so far, or Nebraska adding a new OC and trying to get all that in line before we play in Memorial Coliseum.
I think it's harder on USC. At least in our building, we kind of know we have a plan. You've had 2 weeks to kind of generate some things. You kind of got what you would like to do, where you at with stuff and everything like that. You improve on stuff, extra studying hours, extra walkthroughs and everything like that, video clips. They'll be prepared for, the unexpected, because they have an idea of what it's going to be. SC is, you can try and emulate things, but like I said, the coordinator's probably not introducing his offense, or he might have put in a few plays, to kind of add things, but I'm pretty sure it's probably going to be what the offense is, just called differently. So you might have to look at his play calling history and everything like that to kind of gauge and feel how he kind of goes at things. But then again, it's a whole new different offense. Like it's not the guys he recruited. It's not the people that he's seen at camp that they wanted to move forward, and he hasn't been, calling the plays for the past 8 or 9 weeks. So they're at a complete disadvantage, I think.
I agree with you. Because again, I think people will get scared by this, and rightfully so. I mean, it is an incredibly unique maneuver that Nebraska's pulling with 3 games left in the season. Let's go ahead and get our new OC in now. But at the same time, he's only going to change what he's comfortable changing. He's not going to go in there, rip everything to shreds.
No.
Knowing that they got to go try to win a bowl game versus USC with his record on the line.
No.
He's going to fix what he's comfortable thinking that he can get fixed within that time window. And if you're USC, you're absolutely right. You're taking wild swings at, okay, what do we think that they're working on? What wrinkles what are some common plays that Houston had that Nebraska also has in their arsenal?
Mhm.
Are we going to see those plays kind of transfer over to what the more Houston air raid style? So I'm not super worried about this offense for Nebraska coming out incredibly sporadic, not knowing what the hell's going on.
No.
Satterfield's there too. So if there is some miscommunication, he can be like, "Hey, Sat, the guys are confused here. What's the terminology? Whatever it may be."
Or you can have even the quarterback coach probably will be sitting next to him, or the OC might be on the field and everything like that. Hey, what do y'all call y'all's floods concept? What do you call your dragon concept? What do you call your stitch concept, your spacing concept? Like what is it called? All right, well, we want to run this. All right, or he'll have his equation figured out on his cards to where what he would like to do and want to do, like it'll be in the terms of what the verbiage so the kids can understand it, and he would just have to call it like that. It's easier for him to adjust than the kids. So again, you're not going to put everything on the kids and make their life harder. You know what I mean? You're a coach for a reason. You get paid the big bucks. They brought you in for a reason. They feel like you can accomplish things. So I think Matt Rule is comfortable with that and proceeded with that.
How much do we think this offense is really going to look different? Like, how much do you expect to be changed within the offense? Do you think it's going to look really similar to what we've seen all year long, or it's not going to be a complete turn the page type thing? But
I would think I would like to see it more consistent. I don't know if that's certain shots. I don't know if that's certain play calling within using your intermediate game. If that's using your quick game to kind of set up some things. Different types of run schemes and for the run game of stuff. So I'm expecting that, and I think a variety of different plays once it gets into the red zone of consistency, to where it's not we're gonna do this and that. No, I think he's gonna put players in the right position and call them to call plays for the player's strength, and we'll finally see a fully loaded arsenal on the offensive side. So I'm expecting. Even if they're more consistent for 3 quarters, that's a jump. You know what I mean? If they start
for 2 drives, consistent for 2 drives is the jump, not even a damn quarter.
Red zone efficiency. If they get down there and they don't stall out, I'm comfortable with them moving the ball. They're in manageable third downs, and they're not calling similar stuff that it's like, well, why is that moving on? Or if assignment or hand placement. Has gotten better just with a different coach coming in there, getting on kids and everything like that. And they kind of got to button up because now, you got a new coach in there. He don't know y'all. He don't have no type of, oh, well, you're the starter. You've been the starter. No, we don't like you. You've been messing up. We're going to go to the next guy. So, you might get a better product of kids actually trying, because now you got somebody to please, and it might not be, oh, well, I'm the only thing you kind of got type situation.
Well, you're reading my mind on where I wanted to go next. Do you expect any of the younger guys that we haven't seen too much of this season, like the Lloyds, the Colemans, Carter Nelson? Do you think we see an influx of new wide receivers out there, or even other skill positions, guys that we haven't really seen a whole lot so far this year?
I mean, I would hope so. I don't know what the problem was with subbing in and kind of getting more guys involved. But I mean, it's shockingly that Jalen is not, involved. I understand, Bonds and whatnot, tremendous player and whatnot. But I mean, what Jalen was doing last year is not even, 17's not touching that. Now he might be faster, exciting at times with making people miss and everything like that. But you're not even utilizing all your tools.
Absolutely.
So I expect, the receivers, if you got your top 4 guys, I expect you should get each of your top 4 guys should get at least 2 to 3 plays where it that's their play design to get things going. If that's a shot, if that's a double move, you know what I'm saying, if that whatever it is, in certain situations or whatnot, then that right along with different actually concepts being ran. That's been the problem with, I think, for me watching them, is just the concepts are very lackluster, very simple, and you kind of don't get outside the box. And with your offensive coordinator not really comfortable calling certain things, that kind of the proof is in the pudding type situation. So I think we should have a different variety, a different set of plays for different receivers to kind of get them going. Your option routes, your quick game with certain stuff. Certain people are better in space or better on the edge and whatnot. Get those guys in those type of positions and let the athletes be the athletes.
Amen. Couldn't have said it better. We'll take an early break here, but don't worry. We got plenty of more Husker football versus USC on the road at Memorial Coliseum. This is the Don't Punt Hour. Harrison Arndt on the ones and twos. Good morning, Pierson-El. Stream it in. We'll talk to you guys in a little bit.
If you want to make new floor shopping easier, come to O Street Carpet. Hi, I'm Steve Carper. Our flooring professionals can help you choose the best flooring for you, your family, and your budget. We eliminate the confusion. Even better, you'll be enjoying your new flooring much sooner. No 6 or 8 week waits. We'll install right away and save you money on installation. Floor shopping made easy every day at O Street Carpet.
O Street Carpet.
1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals just like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
Hey guys, it's your girl Jordan from Sartor Heyman Jewelers. Gentlemen, it's time to elevate your style with something from our men's jewelry and watch collection. Why not treat yourself to the ultimate in luxury? We've got an incredible selection of pre-owned Rolex watches, even those hard-to-find models you've been dreaming of. Whether you're stepping up your game day look or adding a touch of class to everyday wear, our top-tier collection is sure to impress. Stop by Sartor Heyman and discover the perfect piece to reflect your unique style. Until next time, happy shopping, guys.
NEPCO is hiring CDL drivers for Ready Mixed Concrete, Husker Concrete, and Beatrice Concrete. NEPCO offers great pay, medical and retirement benefits, paid time off, and they pay for CDL training. Apply today and start your new career with a $2,500 hiring bonus. From NEPCO's beginning in 1908, it's the employees that have formed the company's solid foundation. Start your career today. Visit nebcoinc.com. That's NEBCOINC.com. General Fire and Safety has been keeping Lincoln businesses and commercial structures safe for more than 50 years. From a simple fire extinguisher to full fire suppression systems, Lincoln has trusted General Fire and Safety to provide top-of-the-line products, installation, and maintenance. If you're starting a new business in a brand new building, call on General Fire and Safety to help you plan a fire safety system that fits the specific needs of your business, employees, and customers. Call General Fire and Safety today at 402-261-0116.
Midwest Bank is proud to be your local community bank right here in Lincoln. This is Travis with Midwest Bank, now with 2 branches conveniently serving Lincoln and 8 other locations across Nebraska. We're here to help you with any of your needs. From opening a checking account to buying a home or financing your business, our staff is here for you. Stop in and you might see Shin Daddy himself. Your community, your bank, Midwest Bank. Learn more at midwest.bank, member FDIC.
Ryan, with all this red and all these people around, I'm still not seeing the tailgate.
Todd Spidell, former body shop owner, terrible driver.
We're getting close. Now, did you know with 3 locations in Lincoln and hundreds of years of combined technician experience, we can get Husker fans back on the road even quicker and safer after their tailgate mishaps? Oh, Todd, turn left right here.
Left or right?
Left, right here.
Right?
Well, you wait for the tow truck. I'm getting a hot dog.
Well, I guess while I'm waiting. All right! Most recommended! Eustace Body Shop!
Woohoo! Dude, you should be on American Idol. You really think so? No.
Accidents happen, even to Husker fans. If it happens to you, call Eustace Body Shop, where our customers send their friends.
The most recommended Eustace Body Shop. That's who we are.
Get rid of pesky critters once and for all with Bats to Rats. Their expert team is here to help you reclaim your home. No more sleepless nights caused by crawling critters or flapping wings. Bats to Rats ensures a safe environment for every family member. Check the website at batstoRats.com for amazing offers. And if you mention this ad, you'll receive $10 off your initial inspection cost. Call Bats to Rats today at 402-781-8691. That's 402-781-8691. Bats to Rats.
Attention students and anyone else looking for a great deal. Sun Valley Lanes and Games has the ultimate weeknight special. For just $15.95, enjoy unlimited bowling, lucky putt mini golf, and laser tag. Flash your college ID at check-in to receive $2 off your admission. It's the perfect way to unwind Sunday through Thursday nights. Check out sunvalleylanes.com for hours and availability. Sun Valley Lanes and Games, located at 321 Victory Lane.
Lincoln's best place to meet, eat, and compete. Sun Valley.
Explain to me again why we're sleeping on the ground.
Because we're thramping, thrift camping. It's saving us money and getting us closer to nature.
But we don't need to thramp. I just combined our home and auto insurance with our State Farm agent, so we have a rate that fits our budget.
All right. Do you think our agent can bring us an air mattress?
Call your local State Farm agent, Vinny Krekak, at 402-474-1173.
Individual premiums and budgets will vary by customer. All applicants subject to State Farm underwriting requirements.
An hour ago, you didn't need a plumber. Now you're in a panic. When life throws you a surprise with a clogged drain, plugged or leaky toilet, broken pipe, leaky faucet or water heater, or a bathroom or kitchen plumbing upgrade, whatever. Just call Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing. 467-1111. Keep that number handy, 467-1111. Or go to BryantLincoln.com. Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing. We do whatever it takes.
If you want to make new floor shopping easier, come to O Street Carpet. Hi, I'm Steve Carper. Our flooring professionals can help you choose the best flooring for you, your family, and your budget. We eliminate the confusion. Even better, you'll be enjoying your new flooring much sooner. No 6 or 8 week waits. We'll install right away and save you money on installation. Floor shopping made easy every day at O Street Carpet.
O Street Carpet.
1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals just like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
Hey guys.
This is the Don't Punt Hour on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Here is your host, DeMornay Pierson-El.
Hello. Welcome back into the Don't Punt Hour right here on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. I'm filling in for Harrison for a segment. We still got DeMornay Pierson-El on the stream. DeMornay, how are you doing?
It's going good. Watching this game.
Cool. All right, so we're doing a USC Nebraska football preview. I'm not sure what you guys talked about so far through the first segment, but we obviously know that they made a change at quarterback to Jane Maeva, I'm pretty sure is how you pronounce his name.
Yeah.
He's a little bit more of a running threat.
Okay.
So I guess what I want to ask is, Nebraska, I feel like against quarterbacks that have been a little bit more, of a threat with their legs, Nebraska's maybe struggled a little bit. So what do you feel like what kind of a pressure does that put on a defense when the quarterback is a threat with his legs, not just to scramble out of the pocket, but on some of that RPO action?
It can become a problem, but it also can be put to bed. They have to do their job. I think SC's offensive line isn't all that talented. So with that being said, our rushers got to get home. When they got the opportunity to make a play, they have to make a play. We've seen what happened with a running quarterback, with UCLA. So with having 2 weeks to kind of prep for that and understand, what type of guy you kind of have in there, I think, they're going to cover their bases with that. But it can definitely, open, I don't want to say open the game, but it can definitely make the game challenging for you. But as long as you tackle, you fill gaps and whatnot, and you eliminate certain things and you kind of put the quarterback in a panic, or whatnot, or you keep continuously hit him, he's not going to be able to. He's not going to want to run, much longer and everything like that. And I think that's what has to be the goal, and that's kind of what they're saying in the defensive side of what they have to do to kind of get that done.
Yeah, I mean, he's not only just a threat with his legs. I mean, he's got pretty good arm too. Very athletic quarterback. So I mean, talking about the passing game, we know Nebraska's secondary's kind of struggled a little bit, especially most recently, against Ohio State. Ohio State, even though they only passed the ball like 16 times, they had a lot of success through the air. UCLA threw all over Nebraska. I guess I just want to ask this: how confident are you in the secondary, particularly for Nebraska, and maybe have a bounce back game here?
I mean, I regardless of what people said, we've held some really, really good top guys in the nation. I wouldn't say it held them to, a strapped game, but I mean, they didn't break the game wide open. You know what I mean? So we've had some young players step up at a pivotal time. They've gotten, a lot more game experience and everything like that. With coming towards the ending of the season and everything like that, you don't make necessarily the same mistakes. We got a good bye week at the right time. I think kind of everybody refocused their strategies and things and whatnot. So I'm expecting, the secondary to be fine and not have an issue with, covering guys or whatnot. They've done an excellent job or an okay job with, Travis Hunter, Horn, some of Indiana's players, some of Ohio State's players and whatnot. So they've seen talented guys. It's not anything that they should be nervous or afraid of. Just continue to hone in on their skills and not let them break open the game.
Yeah, shout out to Ben taking over for me a little bit there. Switching seats. Are we talking about how good Colorado is? What was the?
No. He was saying, am I concerned about the secondary with stepping up to the plate and challenge because they've kind of been a little on the yeah. So and I was like, no, not too much. So they were a young group tossed in the fire. Mistakes are gonna happen or whatnot. But I mean, for the most part, they've responded. The players that they've played throughout the year and whatnot have been consistently well, outside of, one game, but for the most part, they've done their job to keep, us into games. So especially coming off a bye week, I expect them to, be a little bit more locked in and focused up.
Which team do you think comes out with more fire in this one? I don't know what the locker room looks like in USC. They're 2 games away from going bowling, and they were ranked I believe it was top 10 at the beginning of the year. I don't know what the turmoil looks like in there. Who shows up with the energy that says, you know what, we're going to go win the damn game today? Like, enough of the here we go again, feeling sorry for yourself.
What's funny is SC kind of has the same problem at times with starting fast or, getting hot, whether they either start fast and kind of fizzle out or they kind of catch fire second, third quarter, and then that's kind of it.
Yeah.
So with them being home and them being comfortable with things or whatnot, I think it's important for us to have a set schedule, execute that schedule to show up to the game or whatnot. But a lot of changes has happened, coaching changes and everything like that, or getting stuff situated with the bye week or whatnot. So I think it's on us to for us to show up and kind of slam the door and kind of, remind people a little bit of, what exactly remind people what exactly things were, when things were kind of hitting on majority of all cylinders. I won't say all, but majority.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Because I still always go back to, like, probably if you're going to pick the best game of the year for Nebraska, you say that Colorado game. But even that game, it was a good first half. Second half was okay. The offense completely died, but the defense was still good enough to keep Colorado from having any sort of a comeback. Yeah, this game, I mean, I might be close to hitting the panic button if this team shows up unmotivated to USC at Memorial Coliseum. I mean, what do you need? The guys that are coming back, you came back for this reason. Like, let's go ahead and just go bowling once to get this program up and rolling again. And you got a new offensive coordinator. Like, I'm not super worried about things going sideways because the offense was so bad. I think they're all ready to listen to a new voice, and I think they're going to be willing to trust it just because of how bad it's been. I mean, what if you're, even if you're one of those guys who really like Satterfield and still want him to be the OC, that's fine. You can still totally respect him. That's the right thing to do. But I think even those guys would be like, I'd be willing to see what's on the other side. Like, what are we missing here on offense? Because they don't work all offseason, put blood, sweat, and tears to not score any points. Like, they want to score points. They're just not, they can't figure out what the disconnect is. So I think the fact that Satterfield isn't out of the building, you got Dana Holgorsen in there. He's not going to completely rewrite the Nebraska script and scheme on the offensive side of the ball. He's going to do some tweaks, some wrinkles. Look at some of the things he did at Houston that he thinks he can implement here quickly, or even West Virginia. And we're going to have a few new fun wrinkles with probably some different personnel out there. I think that gets guys more excited than anything. Like, I expect guys to compete more than they have, certainly in UCLA. I mean, really in these last 3 games. Outside of Ohio State, I think they competed. But I guess I'm expecting more of that Ohio State level of competition where
what my hope and my expectation is that the offense will find rhythm. I think if the offense find rhythm, its rhythm, I think you will see guys more excited, more juiced up and everything like that versus kind of the same old things and just, running down the field, running clear routes and everything like that. So I think with a new guy in there calling stuff and open to, whoever to get the ball, people are excited to, step up. All right, finally somebody who's not, I don't want to say biased or, who's kind of stuck in his own ways or gets in his own way with things or whatnot. You have a guy who knows football, not to say that that the other guy didn't, but, historically his offenses thrive. And like I said, he's going to get his players, playmakers in space with the ball. He's going to allow them to play. And you get that energy and that excitement and whatnot on the offensive side. I think that is only going to enhance what the defense already brings.
Let me ask you this. Say everything works out. We're seeing the offense and they're not stalling out to the same degree we've seen all season. Dana Holgorsen keeps the job. He's the OC heading into next year. Can an air raid, quote unquote air raid, because I think when people hear air raid, they think a team just doesn't run the ball.
You think in Texas Tech, Washington State type situations.
And you look at Holgerson's backs, he's had some really good running backs.
Yeah.
A lot of yards at the end of the season. So it's not like he doesn't run the ball, but can an offense that does rely on some air raid concepts work in the Big Ten?
I think so. Absolutely. I mean, look at what Chip Kelly is running. You don't hear much or say much about their offense, and they're putting up at least 30 points, 30 plus. So, yes, it can work. But again, it goes back to getting the offense in a rhythm. And I think that's the biggest thing that we've been missing, all off season. Even the games that we did win and blowing teams out, it's like, yeah, we did this and everything like that, but it was going to catch you at some point in time. And what do you know? Here we are.
Yeah, I will say this, and I was wrong not to trust my gut instinct. And I know I was wrong because you can just go back and listen to my nonsensical score predictions for every week after that. But that Rutgers game is when it kind of hit me. I was like, hold on. I know Rutgers is a good defense, but yikes, this offense has been horrendous on top of bad special teams. But the defense played phenomenal that day. They held their ground on one of the more impressive goal line stops we've seen all season long. But that was kind of the flash in the pan for me. And I'm like, this offense might have some serious problems. Just like, I know Rutgers was supposedly a good defense, but as we saw, Rutgers defense isn't that great. I mean, teams are putting up a decent amount of points. USC just put up over 40 points on them. But that was kind of the alarm signal. And it sucks that we had to wait all the way till 3 games left to realize we weren't going to be able to fix whatever was going on with that offense without a different voice. But here we are. I do think it is weirdly an advantage for Nebraska, though. If we're playing a team that had their identity already, probably not. But considering it's USC, they're kind of struggling. Their defense in particular has not been very good. I mean, say what you will about USC and their record. They're still scoring points. Yes, it's been ebb and flow at times, but their offense is scoring a hell of a lot more than we are. It's the defense that's been really struggling for them. So I'm going to be really intrigued. I think that is a unique edge for Nebraska. Not enough to go win the game, but certainly enough to throw USC off, especially in that first half. And I think if you can put any of these Pac-12 schools, the USCs, the Washington, UCLA, you can get those guys to a slow start, they lose 9 out of 10 times. I mean, their whole bread and butter is lighting you up early, and having you have to claw and scratch your way back to compete, taking away your ability to play time of possession. All right, that's enough on just kind of the non-X's and O's. So let's talk about just the keys to victory here. What does Nebraska have to do, first key to victory, to win this game?
Let me pull up my notes. Hold on. Let me pull up my notes. We're okay. Here we go. For the offense or defense? Or...
You can take your pick here. I'll let you
pick.
We'll
go defense first, just because I feel like we've that's what we typically done. For defense, I think this week is going to be big on discipline. Lincoln Riley. You got another team coming off a bye week, if I'm not mistaken. I think they are.
Mm-hmm.
Lincoln Riley is an excellent offensive mind. Scoring points has never been an issue with guys in there and out there. Whoever's out there, regardless, he's had Heisman winner after Heisman winner and everything like that. So they're gonna be dangerous. They're gonna, they've probably found something to exploit, or I like to say as a fish to pick on. And kind of exploit that. So I think the defense is going to have to be disciplined as a whole unit. Like I said, off of bye weeks, you see a lot of trickery. You see a lot of certain things to get your eye discipline off, or certain things along the lines of that. So I think discipline is a huge key for defense. That can't be stressed enough.
Yeah, I like that one a lot. That one, because to your point, especially they're coming off a bye week. Say what you will about the season for Lincoln Riley and how hot the seat is or not. He knows how to dial up some plays and get creative with it. And like I said before, the offense really hasn't been the problem. Stagnant at times, yes, but the defense more often than not has been the reason they're losing ball games. And we're at the point of the season, you're going to see some trick plays if things aren't going the way they want. I mean, they're going to get desperate and do some things
early.
To score points. Yeah, I mean, what are you playing for? A bowl game at best. That's where both of these programs are at. So, what is there to lose? They're not going to save face on anything at this point in the season. So that's kind of where, kind of off the same note, for defense, communication's got to be there. Especially seeing that UCLA game. There are moments where it's not that the guys can't play the position. It just feels like you're not communicating. You don't know where your help's at. Especially with some of those safeties and corners, UCLA, you give credit to Eric Bieniemy for dialing it up and recognizing it as soon as he saw some poor communication or it's just some poor fundamentals on the outside. Yeah, that's where you saw that massive touchdown early in the game, because we had help on the inside. The corner, for whatever reason, goes on the inside of the wide receiver as well. And then it's an easy, runs it out, corner end zone, touchdown, UCLA. Those are just communication things. If you know where your help's at, that doesn't happen. Maybe it's a play, but worst case scenario, it's a catch, not a touchdown, because you're going to be where you need to be. This, to me, is going to be a communication game, because USC, they're good enough offensively that if you're not talking, I mean, they'll burn you. And our safeties and corners have been a little bit exposed in these past few games, UCLA in particular. I mean, we saw guys wide open more often than not, whether it was a short pass, intermediate, or deep down the field. Guys were getting open all over the place. So that's my first key to victory on defense, is that they got to communicate better than what they have been really in these past 5 games. Early on, it looks good. I don't know what's happened as of late, but they need to get back to what they were doing early in the season.
I can understand that. My second key is it's kind of for both sides, but I'm gonna just stick on the defensive side. Is going to be second half adjustments. From the defensive standpoint, you got a new quarterback in there, certain things that they want to run, maybe certain things that you haven't seen. They may be implementing certain things that the kid ran, at UNLV that he's comfortable with. He's more of a mobile guy, and everything like that. So that I think that with mobile quarterbacks giving us problems, or from what we've seen or whatnot, I wouldn't say problems, issues. I think second half adjustments / adjustments overall are going to be big, quick, early on, often later in the game. Like I said, USC can be a fiery team. We've seen them jump out on Penn State and squander it all. So we've seen them jump out on LSU and whatnot, and we've seen how kind of that game kind of came to be and everything like that. So stomp out the fire, put out the the sparks before they kind of get going. So I think the adjustments coming in for that is a vital key for this week's game.
Yeah, and I'll add on to that. Just, and if it does spark and it starts to fire, don't panic. Like, stop, drop, and roll real quick. Like, it's fine. Like, this team, you mentioned it, LSU, Penn State. Those are games that USC could have went out and won, but they didn't finish because Penn State didn't panic. LSU didn't panic. They kept playing their brand of football and eventually came out on top, especially for a Nebraska team. And this is what scares me about this. If I were going to go in favor of picking USC, what scares me about this is, like, Nebraska, I don't know how fragile they are mentally, but if I had to take a wild swing at it, I'd say this team right now is mentally fragile. Maybe that there's nothing left. I mean, they still got a bowl. They got to get that bowl game. And if USC jumps on them early, like, what do you think that does to Nebraska's psyche? Can they power through it if USC does happen to jump out early?
I think so. I mean, we've seen it.
UCLA is tough, right? Because they clawed and scratched their way back just to fall on their face again. It's brutal.
We've been in the tough games. We've been down that road. So that's the one thing that I'm actually happy about is, like, you don't see the here we go again. You, like, everybody knows they strap their chin straps up. They put their big boy pants on and they literally go out there one play after another, and put in work. So even if that does happen, like, I still believe we have a chance. It's like all right, kind of, and especially with those Pac-12 teams. I know they're in the Big Ten now, but all of them are like that. If you go back to 16, UCLA jumped out on us. We end up coming back on that. Oregon, jumped out on us both times in Lincoln and, at Oregon and whatnot. Came back, on them and whatnot. That's just, they're the hare. They run their race. And slowly but surely, if you keep throwing haymakers, their hands are going to drop and you can land, the knockout shot.
Couldn't agree more. That's kind of been the trend of these teams. Hard to argue that it hasn't been the trend. Outside of Oregon, really, that's been the Pac-12 this year. Like, they can get out big early, but they've struggled to finish games. Like, even UCLA. Nebraska could have came back and won that game. I mean, they really could. UCLA, once they got to 27, just hit an absolute wall. And at times it felt like they were trying to give Nebraska opportunities. Whether it was stupid penalties, unsportsmanlike conduct, or just missed assignments completely. There was multiple times where UCLA, just a field goal would have really shut that thing down, and they couldn't do it. So I'm with you there. Let's switch over to the offense. Unless you got anything else on the defense side.
That's pretty much it.
All right,
on the offensive side. Defensive side, that's it on the defensive side. On the offensive side, establish a routine. And I mean that as a whole offense. If you have a bunch of distractions, understand, make sure everybody knows what they're gonna be doing. Overly communication is going to be key. Understand what the routine is, regardless, how it may look like and everything like that. They are all a unit. So move as a unit, as together and whatnot. And pick the pieces up and continue fighting. I think that is pivotal. With just moving in the right direction, because for majority of the season, it looks off, and you don't necessarily know where to point to. Is it the coaches? Is it the guys not missing their assignments and everything like that? So I think with the new coach coming in there is understand and establish a routine to where guys are comfortable, and you can take walking away from this SC game, you can take away and build something positive off of it for the remainder of the season.
I like it. Real quick, not a key to victory. I'm not sure if you know this. Dana Holgorsen, in the past, does he like to do some hurry up offense, or is he kind of pro style huddle every time?
Both.
Okay.
They tempo. I remember a lot with.
We'll say West Virginia was a lot.
Yeah,
of
West Virginia, they were tempoing. Type kind of get you in the right situation with things or whatnot. People say the air raid type thing. Honestly, if you go back and look at Urban Meyer, some of those offenses he had at Ohio State, they were air raid.
Very similar to what Dana likes to run.
Now you have a tough running back. Ezekiel Elliott, J.K. Dobbins, so on and so forth, to where, yeah, you have to run. It's Curtis Samuel. Well, yeah, you have to run the game, but they weren't running, pro style stuff and whatnot. No, that's very air raidish. So it can work in the Big Ten. You just have to get in the right rhythm.
And that's what I'm kind of hoping. It feels like that's when Nebraska's been at its best. It's when we just go. Like, I get it, the philosophy behind, like, we like to use, the huddle. We like to really hold it to the very last few seconds. And I don't get that philosophy. Like, if you're ready, snap the ball. I don't.
If that's your identity and you want to lean in on that, I get that. But you can't lean in that on for 3 series and jump ship. And
that's where I'm at.
And that's been the issue. What it just doesn't look. One, it doesn't look confident. And I'm not saying the guys don't look confident. The play just doesn't look confident. The play calling just doesn't, look confident. It's very repetitive, going through the motion and when you need a big play or whatnot, sometimes it's a hit, sometimes it's a miss. Well, why is it more, miss or not or whatever, or inconsistent? Well, your guys are not going. And for so much of it can go back to, them not having their mind mentally ready. But, basketball players, they got warm-up lines. Baseball players, they got batting practice and everything like that. So, I mean, you expect certain things, you warm up and whatnot, but in the game, you call stuff, the body's not warmed up, the rhythm of the offense is not warmed up, and now you're stuck in mud with your foot fully on the pedal, and, mud is just going everywhere, and you're still stuck.
Yeah, and that's just kind of something I've noticed. And this is always coaching from the couch. It's my whole job here, really talking on air for sports radio. But I just see multiple times throughout the season where it's like, man, we have a really big play. Finally, we break something out, and then we get into the huddle. Then we go down all the way to the very end of the clock. And at that time, the defense is kind of restabilized. They've communicated. They've made some subs. They realized where they broke down, as opposed to just Nebraska catch a team off guard on defense where they just gave up a big play. Don't give them time to communicate and figure out what went wrong. Get up to the line of scrimmage. Know what and again, this kind of goes to your point. You got to have some sort of rhythm and routine. You got to know what you want to do next in certain situations. But man, when I see a big play from Nebraska, especially the way the mud's just been spinning on these wheels, go up there and snap the ball. Do not give that defense more time to adjust and figure out what went wrong in the last play. That's just, and I'm not saying I want to see a high tempo like what we saw with Oregon and
but at times, to change the pace and the tempo up, I think that's definitely a tool that we can use.
I like a change of pace is fine. I'm not saying one way or the other, but that's what I want to see is just a good change of pace from time to time. Outside of times when it's like, okay, now we're down 14, so we're just going to hurry up because we have to. Like, I want to see it not just by what we're forced to do, but take control of it. I mean, you see good teams do that all the time. They control the tempo. You don't. And Nebraska has not been able to control the tempo in any of these games outside of their defense just kind of being stalwarts and stopping the clock in 3-and-out drives. A little bit of time here left. More keys to offense. What do you got left?
We're gonna need a little bit of magic. I think with this guy, the new guy being in there coaching and whatnot, I think, and I don't want to say, oh, he's lost the hype and everything like that, but I think, Raiola, some of that magic and everything like that of what, was really shown and kind of got people talking everywhere. I think that will be on display because you have a coach who, he's worked with some high profile quarterbacks. The quarterback he had at West Virginia, signed a $100 million contract with the Seahawks, and Geno was a pocket first, type passer. Is it Brandon Wheaton, I think, at Oklahoma State? Yep. Again, he played in the league for a long period of time. So developing it and kind of letting, the athletes be athletes. I think with this coach in there, he's seen it. Not to say that other coaches have it happen, but he puts the talent in the right direction. So I think that will be on display. And like I said, I'm not saying for the whole game and everything like that, but again, 3 quarters. We play 3 quarters better than them. We win.
I don't think it's on the table. And I think that's why you're seeing the odds move a little bit, still favoring USC. But I think as people get close to this game, I mean, I get it why Nebraska was so heavily, disfavored in this one, because that's kind of been Nebraska's MO for how long now? USC, not necessarily their MO, but they've been just as inconsistent this year. Like, there's no reason for me to believe that USC should be a real massive favorite. You can call them the favorite, but I see Nebraska at the very least covering the spread here. I think this is going to be pretty balanced. Last key to victory I got on the offensive side of the ball, more towards the running backs, but linemen as well. Run behind your pads. Like, we got to hit this team. This is a team whose defense is their weakest part. They're bad at stopping the run. And you got to go in there with some anger at this point in the season.
Impose your will.
Exactly. Like, I want so badly, I wanted this year for Nebraska to welcome the Pac-12 teams to Big Ten football. And it has not happened. I mean, UCLA came in with more energy, more hostility, and they kicked our butt in front of a sold-out crowd. Like, I want to see Nebraska finally deliver the punch. And as the Big Ten team, that's the proper way to introduce the Pac-12. And that defense has shown it all year long. You can run against them pretty consistently. We got a bunch of good running backs. I don't care what you say. Pick a guy, give him 2-3 drives in a row. I think we can have a lot of success. How optimistic are you on Nebraska being able to run the ball successfully against this USC defense?
I think the odds are very, very good. Hopefully, like I said, we've seen the abandoned ship. We've seen that for the whole year. It looked inconsistent and whatnot. So I think that they'll lean on that. Hopefully, cut things down to maybe 2 running backs versus all 4 and everything like that. So I expect that to be a little bit more, situated and handled. But I expect them to have to run the ball heavily. Honestly, again, running the ball sets up the pass. The pass sets up the run. So we know what we got in the passer. We got athletes around him that can make plays and whatnot. I think that's going to open up, the run game.
All right, and final, we'll see if we got time for 2 or 1 more here. But real quick, and we don't got to spend a lot of time on this, but this conversation has been blowing my mind a little bit. Does Dylan Raiola leave after this year? Is that a real worry?
No.
Okay, thank you. Me neither. I've been so surprised to hear that one over and over.
People just like the gossip.
For my Lord, you think he came to the University of Nebraska, who hasn't gone bowling since 2016, showed up, and things aren't going swimmingly, and he's like, yeah, I thought we were going to win a championship this year. I'm out. No, why the hell would he come here? He was committed to Georgia. Like, if he wanted to win right away, he would have just stayed with Georgia. Clearly,
he might have been able to take the guy that's starting spot right now. If
exactly.
That's what he wanted to do.
Exactly. And that's where I'm at. It feels like gossip to me as well. Unless he says, I don't want to be here, I'm not buying it. I'm not going to worry about the future. I'm worried about USC. I'm not even playing in the damn game. But that's what I'm focused on. And I can almost guarantee you that's probably what Dylan Raiola is thinking. He's not circling the schools that he wants to go look at next year. He might be getting phone calls and texts, but I guarantee you he's more worried about this USC game than anything else. All right, score prediction. What do you got?
I got 27-17 us.
27-17. I like it. I got us as well, not by as much. 24-21. I got Nebraska winning on the road in Memorial Coliseum. DeMornay, we've had bad luck with this the past few weeks in a row now. I'm saying hopefully when we talk again on Monday, we can talk about a Husker win. Let's hope for it again this time. And hopefully,
bowling.
I don't have to keep saying this. We can go bowling for the first time since 2016. Appreciate it as always. Good morning, Pierson-El, the former Husker wide receiver. Harrison Arns on the 1s and 2s. Chance Brewington up next. Don't go anywhere. We'll keep things rolling.